If you're wanting to learn how to make a simple black and white text sticker, well then you've come to the right video. Hello, my name is Kimberly Grymes, and I am a YA science fiction and fantasy author who not only loves to write, but I also love to craft. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple black and white text vinyl sticker. Super easy. So custom stickers can get kind of pricey, not just for authors who are looking for some swag to promote their book, but there are lots of people and small businesses who have swag, and swag is basically, things to help market and promote their product. That include pencils, pens, stickers, authors use bookmarks, prints, all kinds of things. And all of that swag for marketing your product or book when it comes to being an author adds up really fast. So if there's something that you're able to do on your own, like make a simple text sticker, then I'm here to teach you how. I'm going to use my go-to program, Inkscape, to create this sticker design. But in general, a lot of different programs could also be effective when creating a very simple black and white text sticker. You can use Word and Google Docs. Any software program that allows you to type text and print text, you'd be able to use in designing a sticker. You don't necessarily have to use Inkscape. But as you'll see when I show you how we're going to design the sticker, you'll see there's a lot more flexibility and freedom when you're using Inkscape to design your sticker. Okay, well, let's jump right into it. All right, so I'm gonna jump on my computer here and I'll be using Inkscape. This is the Inkscape website. It's a free download. I'm gonna also be using my Silhouette machine. This is the Silhouette Cameo 4. I have a Silhouette Cameo 3 and I will show you. This is the Silhouette Cameo 3 that I have. So I just wanted to show you. I actually didn't know about these drawers and I had to go look at my Cameo machine to see if there was anything in them. Okay, so I will be using the Silhouette Cameo 3. And I also wanted to show you that I have been using this particular vinyl sticker paper. There's 25 sheets in a pack and it's waterproof and it says it dries quickly, vivid colors, holds ink well. But the thing I really liked was that it's for inkjets and laser printers. We have a color inkjet printer in our house. So Inkscape, this is where we're going to start with our design. And when you open the program, this is what it looks like. And the first thing I do when I open up a new document is I go into Document Properties. I change my paper size and I turn off the snaps. These are a bit annoying, so I turn them off. And then when you press 5, just the number 5, it zooms in to your page. So this is, so if you press the minus button, it zooms out. If you press the plus button, it zooms in. Okay, simple text black and white sticker. That's what we're going to do. So the first thing, I'm going to go over to the font. And when you make products to sell, you want to make sure that your fonts are commercially okay, royalty-free. You don't want to use any fonts that have copyrights. Just make sure. So I actually bought a font pack through Etsy and I made sure it was commercially acceptable to use in selling products. So another thing I just want to really quickly mention about Inkscape is you kind of have to have patience with it. It is a free download. It does do a lot of thinking, meaning that if you have a lot going on, it tends to get a little bit slower. I highly recommend saving your work as often as possible because I've had moments where it has crashed and I've been like, crap, I did not save it. but it's a free application, and the amount of design work I do with it, the pros and the cons balance out. Okay, I'm going to use this Boom comic font up here, and I'm just going to type 50K and double click there. So this button up here, select and transform objects, is basically just your grab button. And you can resize things, you know. Control Z is undo. If you hold down the control button and you drag, then it stays proportional dimensions. If you don't hold the control down, it changes. But if you hold that control down and you just want to resize it bigger or make it a little smaller, then you're able to do it without losing that proportion. Okay, so 50K or bust. What sparked the idea to create a 50K or bust sticker was that Camp NaNoWriMo is coming up, and I thought it would be fun to make a NaNoWriMo themed sticker. If you're not sure what NaNoWriMo is, it's National Novel Writing Month, which is usually in November. But they've started doing a Camp NaNoWriMo. I believe it's in June. Okay, so this is really small compared to our 50K, so I'm going to hold the control button down and grab this little corner, and I'm just going to drag it. Let's move it under. So it kind of lines up. Okay. Let's just bring this up closer. All right, now I'm going to create a little hashtag underneath, and I decided only fonts. I'm going to use the treble font, and we're going to write hashtag writer life. Okay, now this is kind of really condensed, so I'm going to highlight it all, and up here there's a bunch of different ways you can move around the text. But I mainly stick to this first one, and what it does is right now it's at 0.5, the spacing between letters, and I'm just going to put a 2 in there, and once I hit enter, watch how it separates. It's not a lot, but it does make a difference. So I'm going to just set it here. Again, I'm going to control and grab the corner until I kind of feel like it's all lined up. Okay. Then I'm just going to make a really simple line, divider line. Okay, down at the bottom here in the corner, it shows you your fill color and your stroke color meaning the border color. So, I don't want white. You can select a color down here along the color bar, or you can go up to the fill and stroke field and you can select colors here. And then stroke paint, I'm just going to actually turn it off, no paint. See it down here, it says none. So then all I'm going to do is just drag this up. Inkscape does not, as far as I know, have a way to draw lines. So I just make a square and then I squish it. Okay, I'm going to set that there. It's still a square, so that's why you have all these arrows. And if you want to get closer, you press your plus, zooms in, and I'm just going to drag it to about there. Press 5, and it brings you to your page. And that is our basic black and white text sticker, 50K or bust, hashtag writer life. Make sure everything's spelled right, because believe me, I have done spelling errors, printed stuff, and then been like, what the freak? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are just going to drag our cursor over and highlight everything. As of right now, everything is individual. So I am going to group the selected objects, and now I can just grab it anywhere and the whole thing moves. Also, as a group, I can look at up here the dimensions, and so I'm going to pick inches, and I can kind of see how big this sticker would be if I printed it as is. I'm holding control to resize it. If you don't hold the control button, then it it goes wonky. So if you don't have a Cameo or a Cricut or another way to die cut a sticker, you can just print it straight from here on your vinyl sticker sheet and then cut them out with scissors, or if you have a paper trimmer to cut them out. So if you do Control D, it duplicates it. Highlight them both, Control D. So then you can just print them and then cut them out that way, and you have stickers. If you want to use the die cut, then what you can do is export this image, and then we're going to import it into the Silhouette Studio software program. So let's go ahead over to the Silhouette software program here, and I will import. It's under merge. I don't know why they call it merge, but you're basically importing an image. It shows up on the standard paper that you're going to be printing, and they have the mat and the backgrounds. Okay, so here is our sticker design, and you can see it shows the dimensions in inches on the side. Before we really figure out the size, we're going to turn on the registration marks. It's under the page over here. Just turn it on. So these registration marks tell the Silhouette machine where your design is located. It uses some kind of laser or registration. You want to turn that on when you're doing a die cut and any kind of printing and then cutting. So after the registration marks are on, we can close that out, and we want to go to Open Trace Panel. And then we're going to select the trace area, and we're selecting our trace area. And I basically just turn up this threshold and trace outer edge for die cut stickers. I don't care about outlining, and I'm not cutting out this for a t-shirt or a mug. I'm just doing a die cut sticker, which means I just need the outer edge. So now I can close this, and we're going to go down to this icon, open the offset panel, and we're going to do offset. And you see how it creates this line. We could zoom in a little. Around, so you can make it bigger, make it smaller. Oh, I think I clicked. I can delete it and do it again. Because once you click off of it, it's set to whatever. Okay, so now I can make it tighter, or I can expand it out so there's more of a white border. I think that's good. Okay, so now we don't need this. And then if you double click, it shows your nodes, and nodes are able to be manipulated. You can move them, you can change their shape, whatever. Do Control Z, put you back, Control Z. But I don't need these right here. And so instead of selecting one individually, I'm just going to hold the Shift button and drag, and then I'm going to delete. Okay, so now I can put the sticker back in, and then I'm just going to highlight both of them, and I'm going to go up to Object and Align, Align Center, Object, Align, Align Middle, just to make sure it's kind of in the middle. Highlight the whole thing again, and I'm just going to move it up here. It needs to stay within the borders in order for the registration marks to work. So then you can just highlight both again, Control D, and you get a copy. Control D, and you get another copy. And you can move them around like this to try to squeeze as many as you can. You have to be careful because you don't want to select the other ones. So I'll just move that one up there, and then I can select all three. And then just move it like this. Let's zoom out. Control D. Let's see if we can fit more down here. All right, so these are below the line, so I cannot print those. If I wanted to, and I'm selecting all 9, and with the Silhouette program, you don't need to hold the control button. You can just resize them so they're a little bit smaller. So you can see each one is a little over 2 inches each. Control Z to get you back in spot. But now at least we should be able to get another line. Okay, that looks pretty good. So each one will cut out like that. Okay, and then in order to cut these, all you have to do is go to File, Print, and print on your printer, inkjet or laser printer. And then I will come back here after setting up the Silhouette machine, and you go to Send, and you see how it outlines where the cuts will be. And I usually do, I don't really play around with the material and all that. I find that it's more or less blade depth, and then the force and speed, and then I would press Send. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my Silhouette machine and print, and then we will go ahead and cut it. All right, pretty simple, right? The die cut sticker, super cute. But if you don't have the cutting equipment like a Silhouette Cameo, then you can always just print it and cut it out. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. My name's Kimberly Grymes. Remember to keep reading, keep writing, and keep moving forward.